Hey guys, it's Robyn, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back and welcome if you're new. Today I have got a what I've been warming video. This is the video where I go through what I've been warming in my house over the last few weeks and let you know where I warmed it and how it did, so you might decide what you might want to try or where you might want to melt the things that you do have. So I have got a whole stack of wax next to me here, and I have another what I've been warming video from around Halloween that I never did upload. I filmed it, I edited it, and then I just didn't upload it. I don't know what happened there, I just didn't. So now we are behind on what I've been warming. So I do have another one. I mean, I could upload it, but I don't know that you guys want to see what I was warming a month ago. So I have got now current stuff that I've been warming. So this is from like mid-November to now, so a couple weeks, and we will kind of go through here same as we always do, room by room, and I'll take you through what I've been warming. So the first area of my house is the open layout, which is my living room, kitchen, dining room, front entryway. So I have done cedar cider. This was a recent one that I did. This is a catalog bar. It is currently available. It's available all season, and this one is underrated, I think. This one doesn't get enough chat. It's been around for a very long time, and it's very, very good. This is a nice fall into winter bar. This will serve you well all winter long. It's cozy, it's cedary, it's warm, it's not overly strong. I think if this was a whole lot stronger, it may not be one that I care for, but because it is just like a barely medium strength, I think it's really nice. It's just warm and cozy and comforting. There's a little bit of spice here, but it's a nice, warm, on the drier side cedar wood. It is very nice. There's a little bit of apple in there to sweeten it a little bit, but it is a kind of a dry, spicy, homey type of scent, and it's very, very nice. It mixes well with things, but in this case, I just did it on its own, full bar in the open layout. And that was just a nice, cozy, homey day. So cedar cider is one that I will repurchase. Next up, we have a bar that I have in my club. This was a Scents of the Season bar a couple years ago. It's no longer available. This is Saint Nickerdoodle. So Saint Nickerdoodle is like apple spice cookie with icing sugar. This one is phenomenal. It is one of my very, very, very favorite bars. It's so good. It is not long lasting. It's a medium strength, a little shorter than average duration, so performance isn't awesome, but the scent is out of this world good. It is you smell the icing sugar specifically, but you get this kind of warm spice cookie with like an apple pie filling type scent as well. The apple here is more of the apple pie filling variety rather than like a fresh apple. It is perfection. It is so good. It is spice cookie, and I don't mean like a gingerbread cookie. I mean like a snickerdoodle, like a white kind of butter cookie with like cinnamon sugar on it. You get cinnamon sugar, you get this like baked apple pie filling, and like this icing sugar. It is so good. So Saint Nickerdoodle is in my club, will always be in there, and highly, highly recommend if you ever see this in your travels to pick it up. The next one we did was King Cake. This is one that I had mixed with Goody Goody Gumdrop throughout my open layout. So I did alternating warmers, one warmer of King Cake, next warmer had Goody Goody Gumdrop, and so on. So it was kind of just spaced out. So King Cake was part of our January Mardi Gras collection. This is no longer available unless you have a Scentsy Club. You can actually go to the Scentsy Club subscriber exclusive section of the website and order the set of these bars there. But this is not available individually right now. So King Cake is just this lovely, it's a cake scent. There is butter, there is almost like a brown sugar gooiness here. It's just a very, very good, rich cake scent. Very, very rich cake scent. Much richer than most of the cake scents I've smelled. Usually cake scents are very vanilla heavy, and this does have vanilla to it, but it is a richer, denser, butterier cake type scent. Love this one. Performance is good on King Cake. And again, I did alternating warmers, so half a bar of each in my open layout of Goody Goody Gumdrop and King Cake. Goody Goody Gumdrop is currently available through club only. So if you go into club, you can add this one to a club right now. And this one was part of the Sugar Chalet collection. And it is just kind of a red hot cinnamon with some sugar coating gumdrop scent. It is candy. There's a little bit of fruitiness here, but just a little bit. I would say like a spiced orange, spiced raspberry type thing. It's a little bit similar to Christmas Cottage if you like that one. So Goody Goody Gumdrop. This is a temporary bar. King Cake, again, you can get in the club exclusive section as a set with all the 5 bars, but you can't get this one alone. This one you can get individually through club. So King Cake and Goody Goody Gumdrop, both are repurchases for me, and King Cake is in my club. The next one we have here is a new bar. This is Wicked Emerald City. This is currently available in the Wicked collection, like for a limited time. The notes on this one I don't recall. I'll put them here below. This is a cider spice bar to my nose. I get orange cider spice. The orange in this is on the bitter side. It's not like a sweet mandarin or anything like that. This is more of a like bitter orange peel type scent with cider spices. That is what I get from this on cold and warm. It was pleasant. It was nice. It was all right. So I did this in the open layout, full bar. It was a good solid medium, like verging on the stronger side. So performance on strength was good. Filled my open layout, no problem. Longevity was a full day. So performance, again, a solid average. A little bit better than average strength, average duration, a good 24 hours. Performance was fine. The scent appeal for me was okay. It's not one that I would get more of because while I do love a spiced orange, and this is a spiced orange, there are spiced orange scents that I prefer. So I prefer the currently available sparkling spice citrus, for instance. I also prefer things like Mandarin Moon, Orange Spice and Everything Nice, which are scents that we no longer have. But all of those are scents that I prefer to this one. So I do like this. It's a good one. I'm glad I tried it. And I think if you are a fan of the Wicked franchise, you're probably going to want to pick this one up. But for me, I won't repurchase this one, despite the fact that I liked it, just because it is a licensed bar and there are scents that I prefer that are not licensed, therefore they're a little bit cheaper too. So Emerald City was all right. The next mix I did in my open layout was a mix of 2 catalog bars that are available all season. One is new this season, one is a classic. The one that's new this season is Balsam Spice. This one has like cinnamon, balsam, and maybe some cedarwood. There is a definite woodsy note in the base on this. It's so good. This is a very, very rich, spiced, traditional Christmas pine tree type scent. It is more of like a fir tree. It's not quite as high pitched as a pine tree. So I did 6 cubes of this in my open layout, mostly towards the living room. In the kitchen warmer, I did 2 cubes of Christmas Cottage, which is Valencia orange, cinnamon, and raspberry. So these two combined very nicely. I would say these two complement each other very well. This one is a spiced, traditional fruity scent, very holiday, very classic. This is also very classic holiday with spice and tree. And the two combined did mix very well. So I would do that mix again. I would suggest doing that if you have both these bars on hand. Just put them in alternating warmers or in alternating spaces and see, because they did pair quite nicely. And performance on that, Balsam Spice was crazy. It went 2 full days. And on the second day, I came home from work, and it had been going nearly 2 days at this point. Came home from work, pulled into my garage, where I don't have wax, by the way, and before I even got out of my car, I could smell Balsam Spice. Like it was wafting into my garage and into my closed car. It was so strong, so good, like delightful scent, but so strong. So Balsam Spice, very good performer and extremely long lasting. So there's that one. The next one I had here is no longer available. This was a flash sale bar quite some time ago. This is Cinnamon Roasted Pear, and I'm not sure what the notes are, probably like cinnamon and roasted pear. It did smell like kind of like a baked pear. Yeah, this is very nice. There is kind of like there is spice here, and it is cinnamon. But there is kind of like a roasty pear. I would say the pear note might be the same note as the pear note in like honey pear cider. Very different scents. This is much winterier and spicier, whereas honey pear cider is kind of this very sweet, light pear. I think the pear notes might be the same though. But overall, this is spicier, richer, winterier. It's very lovely. My issue with this was performance. So I did a full bar in my open layout, and it was, I would say, on the light side, like very light, maybe a 2 or 3 out of 10 strength. You could smell it, but not strongly. And I would say like less than 12 hours. So performance on this was not awesome. So not a repurchase that way. And also I had been sitting on this bar for a good year. It was juicy. It should have been aged nicely. And so it just wasn't an awesome performer in my house. So not a repurchase for me, despite the fact that the scent is very nice. The next one I did was a bar that is in the catalog, new this year, currently available, Brown Butter Pumpkin. We were having a snowstorm. We have had a lot of those lately. It is a very snowy season so far. We had like 1.5 feet of snow within a few day period. It was a lot of snow. Anyways, we had a lot of snow and there was a snowstorm happening and it went for days. And I wanted to warm winter and Christmas because, you know, it was snowing so hard, but at the same time, I just really wanted this one more time this season, and this is Brown Butter Pumpkin. So this is brown butter, I think brown sugar and pumpkin. It's so good. It's such a perfect fall scent, and it is well past fall in my neck of the woods. We are in full winter, but I had to have this one more time this season. So Brown Butter Pumpkin was very good. It was a little bit off for the snowstorm we were having, but it was perfect. It's such a nice scent. And the pumpkin in here is a very classic pumpkin scent. The spice and sugar balance is very nice. It's overall, it's like a bakery category type scent with a little bit of spice. My husband, who does not like pumpkin scents at all, complimented this scent. He said he liked this one. He did not know it was a pumpkin scent, but he liked it. So Brown Butter Pumpkin, even for your non-pumpkin fans, may be a winner. So that is going to be a club bar for me at the end of the season. Love this one. That is one I will stock up on so that I have some for next fall, since our fall doesn't start in Scentsy land until September 1st. Because I will want to warm that before then. The next one I did is a catalog bar that was in our holiday collection last year, so this is available. This is Cranberry Candy Cane. So this one is cranberry, pomegranate, and candy cane. This one is just fun. It's just fun. It's fresh, it's cool, it's fruity, it's sweet. It is not bakery. There's really no vanilla here. This is just fruity, lighthearted cranberry pomegranate with a good hefty dose of candy cane. There's lots of peppermint here. It's very, very nice. So I did this in my open layout, full bar, strong. I would say 7 or 8 out of 10 strength, really strong. It did go a full 24 hours. It could have gone probably quite a bit longer. I just took it out because I'm fickle. But it went an easy 24 hours, probably could have done 2 days quite nicely. And that one again was strong. So if you have an open layout you need to scent, Cranberry Candy Cane may be the one to try. That one was very fun, very festive. We'll repurchase that one. The next mix I did was just a kind of all-purpose bakery mix. And neither one of these bars is currently available, but one of them is coming back in January. So Banana Nut Bread was voted back in Bring Back My Bar. We are getting this back January 1st. It is in my club, so I've had it the whole time, so I've been warming it. And then Haunted Mansion 3 Thumbs Up. This had been a limited edition bar a couple years ago, and we didn't get it back this fall, so this is not available. This one is just kind of a pumpkin spice bread scent. It's very, very nice. So I had half a bar of each of these, so I mixed them in alternating warmers again. So one warmer would be Haunted Mansion, next warmer is Banana Nut Bread, then Haunted Mansion, then Banana Nut Bread. Just in alternating warmers throughout my open layout, half a bar of each. It was so nice. It was delightful. It was a great mix. So Banana Nut Bread is a gentle, on the lighter side bakery scent. It is a banana spice bread type scent. It's so pretty. It is a little bit heavy on the kind of like candied banana when you first put it in. And then as time goes on, it really kind of just mellows out into this kind of gentle spice bread type scent. It's so good. This one is so good. And then Haunted Mansion is another bread scent, but it's kind of it's more of like a bread than a dessert bread. Banana Nut Bread is like a dessert bread, like a dessert loaf. Haunted Mansion is more of like a French bread with a bit of like pumpkin spice. It's very different, but they complemented each other very well. So both are on the lighter side, but it was a cozy, homey bakery mix. I would definitely do that again. So Haunted Mansion and Banana Nut Bread would both be repurchases for me as well. Banana Nut Bread's in my club, like I said. The next one I did here was Maple Rum Cake. This was a Harvest Collection bar a couple years ago, and this was sent to me by a lovely friend who has it in her club, because I didn't club this one, which was silly because it's such a good one. This is like a molasses cake. This is rich, it's deep, it's got molasses and a little bit of spice, but not too much. It's one of those ones that smells a little bit odd on cold, but then once you warm it, it just kind of blooms and comes alive, and it's just perfection. It's so, so nice. So Maple Rum Cake, that's a good one. Nice and strong, average duration. That's a good performer. So Maple Rum Cake is a winner. So enjoyed that very much. Then another day I had done Christmas Tree. So here is Christmas Tree. I just did this by itself in my open layout. think I did like 3 or 4 of these smaller cubes is I think what I did. Was very good. It wasn't as strong as I expected, considering it's a tree scent. This is very nice. As far as tree scents go, like I'm not a tree scent person. I do enjoy this one. Yeah, I like this one. I think I like it because it's not overly strong. For me, Very Snowy Spruce is just way too much. I can't do that one. But this one is a little bit lighter. It has a little bit more of the tree base, like the trunk note. It's got a little bit more of the wood note. It's got a little bit of sweetness to it, but not too sweet. It's just kind of a nice balanced Christmas tree scent, and I really like this one. So Christmas tree is a winner. I am happy to have more of a brick of this. So there is that one. This is currently available in the bricks or in the smaller bars through Scentsy Club. So Christmas tree is a winner, and performance, like I said, is on the lighter side. I would say like a light medium. It may have been medium at peak, but I would say on the whole it was more of a light medium. And then longevity, I would say, was like a day, like 18 to 24 hours, somewhere around average. So there's Christmas tree. Then there was a point where I had the flu and I was not feeling well at all. And I was just laying on my couch with a fever, hanging out. And so I wanted something kind of, you know, comforting and also not overwhelming. So butterscotch brittle is not what I would necessarily recommend if you're sick, because it does have quite a bit of spice, which could be irritating if you have like congestion in your lungs. I didn't, so it was okay. But this one was very nice. It has mint. It's got like a lot of caramel to it. I guess it's butterscotch. There's also a fair dose of spice here. Like there is quite a bit of cinnamon. This is just fun though. This was festive. It was wintry. It was the day of our local Christmas tree light up. So this was a nice kind of like, again, it was snowing because it's been doing that pretty much every day. So just a good winter bar. So butterscotch brittle. It is quite heavy, I will say. This is a heavy scent. This is not one I think you could get away with in Texas, but in my neck of the woods, this was great. It's spicy, it's warm, it's got some vanilla to it, it's got that butterscotch, and then it does have the spice as well. Now, performance on this was on the strong side. I would say a good solid 7 out of 10, and longevity was about average, like 18 to 24 hours, probably closer to the 24-hour mark. So butterscotch brittle is very nice. I don't know if I'll get more of this one. I still have a couple bars worth in this brick clam, and I think that's probably enough. I do really like it. I just don't know that I need it forever, and you can't keep them all, you know? So as much as I do really enjoy this one, there are, you know, I can't keep them all. So there's ones that I love that I will have to club, and this one might not make the cut, but I do really like this. So if I see this, if bricks go on sale or something, I will probably pick up another one, because that is a good one. All right, that's it for the open layout. Now we have bedroom spaces and the office. So one that I've been warming a lot in my daughter's room is from the Scents of the Season collection, currently available, and it is eggnog. Now she likes this one. This one is just like a creamy eggnog type scent. I cannot with this. I cannot. I dislike it. I just straight up dislike it. Most people seem to like this, and a lot of people seem to prefer this over the spiced eggnog scent we had a few years ago. I'm the opposite. I loved spiced eggnog from a couple years ago. I do not like this at all. I also do not like the drink eggnog. I don't like it. I will not drink it. This, I think, is probably more authentic to the drink. So if you do like the drink, this one may be exactly up your alley. For me, there is a weird sour note here that just does not do it for me. Cannot. Nope. So I've been doing this in my daughter's room. She likes it, like I said. I don't know. Performance seems okay. I would say it's a light medium to medium strength in her bedroom and goes less than 24 hours by quite a bit. I would say like 16 hours max. Like it kind of peters out quite quickly. And her room tends to hold scent well, so that is odd. So performance on this, I would say, is probably a little bit lighter than average and probably a little less long lasting than average. And for me personally, scent appeal is just not there. But for a lot of people, that's going to vary. If you like eggnog, you're probably going to like this very much. So there is eggnog. Absolutely not a repurchase for me at all. Next up, we have one from the Sugar Chalet collection. This is whipped frosting. This one is available through Scentsy Club only right now. And this one is fantastic. And again, I've been doing this mostly in my daughter's room because she's been asking for this nonstop. This one is a buttery vanilla frosting. Straight across the board. Also possibly cake. I think I might get like a white cake note there as well, with a lot of frosting. Yes, this is a straight up vanilla birthday cake. I smell sprinkles. It's a rainbow sprinkled birthday cake. So whipped frosting is a winner. That is a club bar. That's already in my club in multiples. So that is a winner. Next one I've warmed, I had a couple bars of this in this basket, and I've taken a couple of them out because we only need one bar to look at. But I have gone through a solid 2 bars of Christmas cookie. This is the November scent of the month. It is currently available. This one has gingerbread cookies, pine tree, and orange. This is lovely. And again, not everyone does like this one. I really do. This one is just gorgeous. I've been doing it only in bedrooms because the limitation of this scent is that it is quite light. So this is one where you're going to want to double your wax and use it in smaller spaces only. So I do 4 cubes in my bedroom, and that does beautifully. It's a nice solid 24 hours. It's a nice solid medium at that level. And it's beautiful. It is just the most perfect soft cookie scent. Tiny hint of orange without being citrus. It's not a citrus scent, but there's a tiny hint of orange to brighten it a little bit. And the pine tree is very, very background here to me. People seem to smell this one differently. Some noses are getting a lot of pine tree. I don't care for pine tree, and I don't get a lot of pine tree here. For me, this is a very soft gingerbread cookie scent. It's so, so delightful and so cuddly cozy. So again, I've been warming this a lot in bedrooms, mine and my daughter's, and in my office. Been warming a lot of that. So again, double your wax, keep it in smaller spaces. I have not heard good things about trying this in an open layout. I haven't tried it in my open layout because I don't think it's going to be strong enough. But I've heard a lot of people say that if they have tried this in an open layout, it just doesn't perform. And I believe that because this is a very light scent. So keep it to smaller spaces, double your wax. Next one we have is another Scents of the Season collection bar. So it is currently available, and it is Cheery Cherry. This is in the Scents of the Season right now. This one has all kinds of notes. It's got cherry, it's got amber, it's got toasted marshmallow or smoked marshmallow, a little bit of amber, and I think blackberry. This is so complex and so lovely. This is like a toasted marshmallow perfume. It is very, very sweet. It's got some perfuminess from that amber. That toasted marshmallow is kind of the primary note along with that cherry. And I don't really get the blackberry. It is so lovely though. I've heard people compare this to Tom Ford Black Cherry. I don't think I've smelled that perfume out of my price range, but Cheery Cherry I love. It reminds me a lot of the Maple Peak bar from earlier this season in Canada with Scentsy. But Cheery Cherry is a winner. So I did 4 cubes of this in my bedroom, and this one went for a solid 2 days. Like the longevity on this one is very good. I think the amber carries it for longer. And that toasted marshmallow note that Scentsy sometimes uses, and I think it's in here, that one tends to last a long time too. So this one is a good long-lasting performer. It's not like a boomer in strength, but if you double your wax, you will get to a solid medium, and it'll go for days. So Cheery Cherry is a winner. That is going in my club. Love it. The next one we have here is another Scents of the Season bar. This is Merry Wonderland. Now this is the one that had like apple, cinnamon, and pine tree, I think it was. This is a dead ringer dupe for a scent that Lush carries, or used to carry, called Love. And it was like they called it an apple cinnamon scent. It is very perfumey. This is a very perfumey type of scent. Now, the thing that throws me is Lush always introduced their Love scent for Valentine's Day collections. So I associate this scent with like Valentine's Day bath bombs, Valentine's Day bubble bars, that sort of thing. I don't associate this particular scent with Christmas at all. This is very like perfumey, sensual, that sort of thing. Very different mood than Christmas to my nose. So there is that. Performance on this for me, I've heard mixed reviews. Some people are saying this throws like a beast in their homes. That was not my experience, but it does seem to throw very well for some people. So some people are getting great performance here. For me, I couldn't get this to perform for love or money. I tried my bedroom, I tried the office, I tried, small spaces where it would have a chance. I mean, it was like a light scent. I would say like maybe 2 to 3 out of 10 strength tops, and short lasting, like 12 hours. So performance for me on this one was quite poor. And the scent I do really enjoy. It's just not a Christmas scent to me at all. And yeah, like I said, I don't really get, I do get apple spice in like a perfume sense. I don't get any tree. I get perfumey apple spice. And it's very like sensual, very like 1940s perfume, very pinup girl, that sort of thing. Very Valentine's Day. So that's Merry Wonderland for me. I will save the rest of my bar and my other bar for Valentine's Day, and I'll melt it then. But for me, performance struggled in this one, so it is not a repurchase. But again, seems to be variable. Some people are having the same experience I had where it doesn't perform. Other people are saying it performs great. So it seems to really depend on your home and your climate. Next thing we have here is Candy Crave. Finished up a bar of this. This is no longer available. It is in my Scentsy club though. This one had like raspberry sorbet, and it's just like it's a slightly musk-based cotton candy scent. Like cotton candy body care is what this is. It is on the light side unless you age it for a very long time. So if you melt this as a brand new bar, you're gonna have a bad time. It is not very strong at all. If you sit on this bar for a year or more, this one becomes like more of a medium strength, and it goes for like a week. It goes forever. So this is one we've been doing in my daughter's room. We did this once or twice over the last little while, and it goes for like, again, 4 or 5 days in her room. You could have it go longer if you wanted to. It just plugs along forever. So Candy Crave is a good one. It's kind of a nice light perfume cotton candy scent, perfect for a kid's room where you just want to put wax in and then forget about it for a good few days. So Candy Crave. That is in my club and will be staying there for now. Then I just finished up a bar that I had sitting around with 2 cubes in it, and I wanted to finish it up. So I threw this in the office because my husband doesn't care for this bar. So this is Huckleberry and Clementine. This was a Bring Back My Bar scent quite some time ago, like a couple years ago. It had Huckleberry, Clementine, and I want to say it had like a strawberry vine note or something like that. Like there is a green vine note here as well. And it is a little bit earthy. There is an earthiness here to the Huckleberry. It's that earthy Huckleberry or earthy blackberry note that Scentsy sometimes uses that not everyone enjoys. It is very earthy. So there is that one. And again, this is very strong, very long lasting. Performance on this bar is great. It's juicy, it's rich. You don't get a whole lot of clementine on warm. You're getting that earthy vine and that earthy berry is what you're getting here. Very deep and rich and juicy and saturated. Went for a good 2 or 3 days, and it was still going, and I took it out because I was just tired of it. But 2 or 3 days before I even took it out, it was still going strong. And yeah, so strength and longevity are very, very good. Performance is much better than average. Just scent appeal is just kind of okay for us. So my husband dislikes this one strongly. I think it's all right. But again, I won't purchase more just because he does not care for it. And I think it's just okay. So Huckleberry Clementine. So then the last thing I did in my office was 1 large cube of Winter's Eve. This is from a Scentsy brick a couple holiday seasons ago. This is getting very juicy, so I figured I better warm some of it. Now, this was not a favorite scent of mine when it first came out. This is a fresh type scent. It's got a little bit of a masculine note to it. I would say there's probably bergamot here, a little bit of mint, and quite a bit of tree. It's like a fresh air forest, slightly masculine leaning type scent. So fresh air forest, tree, masculine. What this was nice for though, was just kind of a nice clean office scent. Like it was just kind of a nice break. It's not something I would typically warm. It's much different than the usual things I reach for. So this was okay for the office that one time. So again, I did 1 full like big chunk in there, which is equivalent to about 4 cubes of wax. So it was a lot of wax. And I just set that in my office, and it went for 2 or 3 days. It was very nice. And I did think it was quite pleasant now. Like I liked it much better aged than I did when it was new. It's not one I would seek out more of because it is just not the kind of scent I reach for. But it was nice. Like I get it now. The balance of the mint kind of lending that cool tone. I feel like the tree has subdued a lot with time as well. Because I feel like I got a lot more tree from this when it was new. Whereas now it's more just a clean... There's a bit of sweetness there now that I don't recall being there before. It's clean, it's sweet, it's got a little bit of mint that I really enjoy. And just I feel like the masculine cologne note has kind of tapered back a bit too. It is still a little bit masculine, but it's just cool and clean and quite nice actually. So Winter's Eve, I'm going to try to make it my goal to finish this one this year. Well, this season anyways, this winter. So Winter's Eve. There's that one. Again, not a repurchase for me, but I am enjoying it a lot more. So that is kind of, I guess, the takeaway here, is if you have a scent that you have had sitting around for quite some time that you didn't care for, pull it out and sniff it, give it a warm, and you may not love it, but it might be something that you enjoy a bit more now. Because scent preferences can change for one thing, and also wax changes as it sits for quite a while as well. So if that one's been sitting for a couple years, it has kind of mellowed a bit and kind of settled into itself a bit more. So if you have bars that have been sitting for a long time that you didn't like before, pull them out and give them a sniff, give them a warm, and see how they've changed. The other thing I melted in bathrooms was actually I did this 1 cube in the laundry room, 1 cube in my daughter's bathroom. This was Desert Rock and Citron from the Father's Day collection a year or two ago. A couple years ago, I think. Yes, this is nice. It's a masculine type scent. It's masculine, it's clean. It does have kind of that mineral rock type scent that I do quite like. It's fresh. It's fresh, a little bit masculine. It is very nice for bathrooms though. So Desert Rock and Citron. I didn't purchase more of this when it was available. It's just not the kind of scent I reach for, which is why I still have it 2 years later. But very, very pleasant. Performance on this, I would say, was about average. If that, I would say 24 hours max and light to light medium in intensity. So performance was, you know, just kind of okay. But the scent appeal on this, it is a very nice scent if you like that kind of scent. So not a repurchase for me, but I'm enjoying it. The next one we have here is the December scent of the month. So this is Snowflakes and Sage. This is currently available for 10% off. Sage green wax. It has like cool air, icy lavender, and I think a little bit of mint and Fraser fir. Now I'm surprised to see Fraser fir in the notes because I would not call this a pine tree scent. This has sweetness to it. It does have like a fresh sage note, not like a stuffing sage, but like a fresh sage leaf. There's a bit of that. It is sweet, it's fresh, it's clean. There's also a little bit of something just slightly cozy without veering into vanilla. There's no vanilla whatsoever. Something here is a little bit cozy though, in like almost like a laundry way, like a cuddly, clean, warm laundry way, without going fully that direction. Because for the most part, this is described, I would describe this as cool, clean, crisp, a little bit green in a non-pine tree way, and also not in like a dewy green way. This is just green in like a clean sage way. If you liked something like Mandalorian Air of Adventure, this has more going on. It's more complex and a bit more wintry than that and less sweet. This is less sweet than that, but it does have the same kind of sweet sage type note going on. So I like it. Did this in the office with 2 cubes, then I did this in each of our bathrooms with 1 cube in each. So I've melted it in 3 different places. Performance on this, I would say, is on the lighter side. I would say in the office, it was like a light medium. Bathrooms, I would say it was light. And I would say 24 hours, I would say 24 hours. Now, I have heard other people say that they've tried this and they found it very strong. So again, I think it's a house thing. For me, this was more of like a light medium at best, and then like average performer. But other people are saying it does better in their home. So in my home, in my experience, it was kind of just like an average performer. And the scent appeal here is all right. Again, I like it. It's not a scent that I would reach for often just because it's not my general scent preference. So while I do like it, I will not get more. So Snowflakes and Sage. Very lovely though. And I think it's worth trying because it is different. It's not like we have so many holiday winter green scents that are like pine tree based. This is very different from any of those. So it is worth trying if you want, like, I would say the star of the show for this peak time for this would be January. January, February, when it's past pine tree season. We're kind of past that. We don't want Christmas tree scents anymore. We want clean, fresh green though, but still wintry. This is wintry, but still green and fresh. Kind of like when you're like cleaning your house and putting your Christmas decorations away and kind of freshening your house up. This is what I would suggest warming. So Snowflakes and Sage. And then finally, last but not least, we have Welcome Little One which was a moment by moment collection bar a few years ago. I've had this for ages. So this one, I don't recall the notes. I think there's maybe lavender and cotton blossom. This is a strong laundry, which is funny because when this first came out, it was so light. So light. But with age, this has gotten very strong. It's a strong floral laundry scent. So I did this in the laundry room. I did this in my daughter's bathroom, 1 cube, and in the laundry room, 1 cube. It was all right. In the laundry room, it's one of those ones that on cold, it's very, very strong. So you think it's going to perform amazingly, but it really doesn't. Yeah, I would say 24 hours and a light medium at peak. So there's that one. On the, for a thing, like, I mean, it's not a bad performer because like 24 hours is kind of average. But for the laundry room and the bathrooms, I do like scents that will last longer. So this one seemed like it was going to be one of those, but then it didn't. So not a repurchase for me. And scent appeal is kind of, again, if you like those kind of strong floral laundries, this would be up your alley. Not a repurchase for me. Then on to some non-wax home fragrance items. We finished up a washer whiff in Vanilla Barnwood in the small tubs. This is available now as part of the holiday collection, and I'm really enjoying this. I wasn't sure initially, like when I first got them, loved. And then when I got them and I put them in the dryer, I was like, they're a little bit woodsier than they smell on cold. Like once your laundry comes out of the dryer, it is kind of like a woodsy scent. But there is still that sweet cashmere, there is still that vanilla there. And I think the thing for me is I like this on bedding and towels. I don't love this so much on our clothing. So that is what I've been using this for. And that is kind of the sweet spot. And I'm loving it that way. So glad I have more of this. It is the Vanilla Barnwood. And again, yes, I worry that on clothes, it could come across to someone who's just sitting near you as smelling musty. But on bedding and towels and stuff, love it. But yes, I just don't want to be sitting next to someone and smell like this because they may perceive it as must rather than like Vanilla Barnwood. So yes, for my clothes, not so much, but for bedding and towels, Vanilla Barnwood's beautiful. The other thing I did was some pods in Honeymoon Hideaway. These are like totally finished. There's no scent left whatsoever. This is such a pretty scent. Honeymoon Hideaway, there's nothing else like it. It is this kind of like, it's so hard to even describe. It's a sweet, fresh, clean floral that smells like summer mornings. It's like a morning summer tropical resort. That's all I can describe it as. Summer morning at a tropical resort. It's beautiful, it's clean, it's got some sweetness to it. It's just perfect. So Honeymoon Hideaway, very beautiful, but very light. So there's that one. Then I finished a body wash from Bath & Body Works in Sweet Whiskey. The scent notes on this one are golden amber, vanilla infused whiskey, and sweet red berries. This one we really liked. I would repurchase this for sure. Yeah, I like that a lot. I'll look for that next year. So that is one I would go out of my way to seek out again. That was a good one. And then just like a few vendor items. I haven't done a lot of vendor wax recently, but I did a little bit of Teddy B's Christmas cookies. This one is an assortment of baked cookies, powdered sugar, buttercream, pine, and warm spices. I got this one a couple years ago. This is an older one. This one has gotten more cookie over time. It started out more pine tree, and now it's more cookie, and it's delicious. I have a little bit left, and that is definitely a repurchase. That's a very, very good one. Nice and strong. Longevity is a little less than average compared to Scentsy, but it's still like 12 to 18 hours, so it's acceptable. The next one we did was the Usual Suspects from Teddy B's. This one has blackberry jam, buttery shortbread cookies, toasted marshmallows, and sweet strawberry pound cake. This one you get a lot of the blackberry jam butter cookie, very little marshmallow fireside, and a little bit of the strawberry pound cake. But it's mostly that blackberry jam butter cookie, and it's so good. So this one, did this in my daughter's room. She loves this one. Did a cube of that in her room. And again, it's kind of like a one-day, 12-hour type scent, but very, very nice. I'm not sure that I would repurchase it, but it's nice. Then we did some Earl Ingstad. Where did I do this? The bedroom. I did this in our bedroom. This one was from last year. This is cardamom. Oh, no, it was from like spring of this year. Cardamom cream, Palo Santo, Earl Grey tea, sweet pastries, and sugar crystals. This is delightful. This is so, so, so nice. Yeah, the Earl Grey tea is kind of the primary note there. And like the pastries. You get the pastries and the tea, which is just such a delightful little combination there. So this is very nice. Performance was, I would say, average. Got 24 hours out of it, no problem. Strength was a nice medium. Really liked that. Would definitely repurchase that one. Then one of my all-time favorites from Teddy B's, Praline and Woods. This one I did twice recently in the open layout and in our bedroom. Longevity is shorter on this one. I would say like 12 hours again, but the strength is good. Strength is like a good solid 6 or 7 out of 10. It is toasted pecans, praline candy, spiced white cake, blended with soft woods. This is pecan praline, caramel pecan sugar goodness. This is so good with just a little bit of woodsiness to make it carry. And then I have a little chunk of loaf here that I've added to my bag that my friend Liz sent me. I am so grateful she sent me that because this is one of my absolute favorite scents from Teddy B's. So I'm very, very low on my original little bit there. You can see it at the bottom, but this I have left to chop up. So very, very glad to have some more of that because that is an absolute favorite. So that is what I have been warming over the last little bit. I'd love to hear in the comments below what you've been warming in your neck of the woods as we get into the holiday season here in full swing. And other than that, I will talk to you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.